How about YouTube? Hello, YouTube. And welcome back to Bazgoth, the Crimson Blade, episode 43? Are we in episode 43? What the heck? Thought we were... Let me see something. No, we're in episode 44. What's going on here?
Wow.
I'll update that on Twitch and fix it on YouTube later on. I was like, wait a minute. I know I've seen that 43 somewhere before. Alright, so last we left off was because we were approaching the guard, apparently, because the whole entire group went through the purple portal and arrived in Polaria. And there in Polaria, after Grumthar was trying to stealthily hide within the bushes, along with Voltha, and Tarnik was talking to people, and Thas was charming some other people. Eventually, the group calmed down a little bit, and actually arrived at Thrak's place. And yeah, Cub was a little off in the mind for a little while, but eventually they had dinner. Met with some orcs, actually, and discovered that maybe it wasn't so bad around here, with many miles of ocean separating the different cultures and continents. It is a whole different picture that was painted here upon speaking with Thrak Jr. and gaining a little bit of information, especially for Saz, who also discovered that there are some Serpari that also linger within the city, though probably not as, multifarious in other parts. But you see that there are definitely more orcs around here, with the sense to go ahead and warn, or at least tell some of these Polarians about the portal that they went through. They decided to finish their meal and head off and try to find this Cedric person, a guard who might be able to lead them and tell them where to better give this information to. And that's where we're going to join the party right now, as they are making their way to the guard station. I think we are going to ping where I believe we were heading toward. I completely forgot that there was a displacer beast probably lingering somewhere in there that had probably garnered a few looks, along with Shiv. And but aside from that, yes, I will turn it over to the entire group. And so you are walking down the street and see the large building where the guard stations should be.
If you pinged it, I missed it. There you go. And we weren't too far from there, all right? Just a block, maybe, if I remember where we ate our lunch.
Yeah, not
So
far at all. Not far at all. This small little village, you can see just about every building around here, especially the tall ones. You definitely see, as the land kind of slumps down a little bit, and see the wide ocean of city that's to the very, well, in this direction it would be to the west, but kind of seems like it's going north, but that's the direction's a little bit off on this map.
When we talk to this guy, Cedric, the guard, we're going to inquire upon who might be in charge, who might we be able to approach with information regarding the Withered One and his activities in the Orc homeland. Anyone have thoughts about that? Does that seem like a reasonable approach?
Do not hold back on details. Be open with them.
Do you think we should be open with the details with a guard? Just hold those details until we find someone of importance, don't you think?
No. Answer his questions.
Oh, yes, I'll answer whatever question, but
Yeah, that's what I mean.
I would hate to start rumors and raise panic.
No.
Not that.
We tell them there's a portal up there. We came through it. And on the other side of that portal is, the pits of hell.
And armies of demons.
Yeah.
The demons or devils? Make sure I got that right.
Devils.
Armies of devils.
Corrupting the lands.
All right, let's find this Cedric. We make our way there.
All right. So you all head on that way. You see that the large tower indeed has... Well, the entrance, there is a large canopy, and then there are other tents laid about. One of them is actually where few soldiers are currently sitting down. About 3 of them. So they're kind of talking amongst each other, and at the very entrance of this building, there's 2 other soldiers sitting down by what seems to be, what would you call that? Like almost park benches, in a sense. And they're just having a conversation. They don't look what you would describe, especially Tarnik, probably seeing different soldiers that are orcs in Katavurbus. They don't seem like they're outfitted in a professional manner. They do have chainmail, but their weapons are kind of currently splayed out on top of the tables. And they don't seem like they're more of that formal look to them you might expect, as you would see somewhere in some of the more disciplined orc armies or militaries. Though for Grumthar, he's probably seen more similar to this because of war bands and different clans and such. They're probably more significant to that than the advanced militaries.
If I recall correctly, there is evidence in this village of of battle because they had a recent incursion with the devils. Do I remember that correctly?
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's how as I approach, I would start with that. So.
Yeah, they all look at you.
Else, as I look at my group. We ready for this, companions?
One of them lingering on and leering at you right now, like kind of confused. Talking goes down to a whisper as you approach.
Yeah.
Tarnik will calm Shiv down so his flames are at absolute minimum.
Yeah, most eyes are going to Chiv and Drogath, and some of them to... Well, one of them is looking at Seth.
They're just totally ignoring the giant bird that's on the...
Well, that's probably fine.
Got it.
Oh, okay, cool.
Depending on how much time I have left, I'm still technically disguised as that farmer.
Oh, are you? Okay, forgot. That's a good thing to know.
Unless it's run out, I'm still technically disguised as that farmer.
Okay, excellent. That's good to know. Okay, so nobody's looking at you at all. They're just looking at Drogath and Shiv right now.
And to Gumthar, I will literally pull him close and just very quietly say to him, "This one thinks that burying the lead might be a good start. These ones do not seem as though they will be as intelligent as you may expect."
Thank you, Zaz. I'll keep that in mind. I approach with... I assume I'm in the lead here, and approach the group of guards. Hail, friends, guards of Penlo. I am Grumthar of Ironfurrow. We've been told to approach Cedric the guard. Is he amongst you?
One of them turns and stands and looks. Well, hello there. I'm Cedric. You said you were who again?
My name is Grumthar. Grumthar Ironthrow. We've quite the tale to tell, if you have a minute.
Yeah, sure. You have a very thick accent.
I could say the same about you. Alas, we're in your home world. It seems your village has been ravaged by battle.
Yeah, the Devil King forces. We lost a lot of men here. Yeah, it was a bloody battle. A lot of us came together, and luckily, all of our men here were able to at least fend off some of the devils so the civilians could get away. Now we're returning in order to build and hopefully repair everything and get back to a normal life.
It seems you've defended yourself well. My understanding of devils is that they can be quite unforgiving. The fact that your village isn't entirely in flames is a testimony to your warrior's might.
And he stands up a little straighter. It's puts his hands on his waist basically and looking around and kind of nods. And I'll say, well, we do our best, and well, that's the reason I got. Well, that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to get out to the outskirts and be with the people. They actually need people like us, guards here and warriors that are experienced. You know, nobody ever thinks about the outskirts. They only think about the inner city. Yeah. So why were you looking for me again?
Yeah. Could I surmise that perhaps these devils? Well, let me ask. Do you know how they were able to invade your village, your land? Do you know how they approached?
I'm not.
Stop beating around the bush. Tell him what he needs to know.
She quiets down. Looks at Tarnik. That was very sneaky.
My friend is a bit impatient, and I can be wordy, I assume. We come from the land of orcs, and we actually traveled here through a portal raised by a wizard in league with the devils. These portals are able to magic great forces from one land to another. Legions of devils to one location to another, such as this. I assume that is how they came here. We have information. This information we would give to you freely, but are looking for the people that might need this information the most.
He raises an eyebrow and thins an eye. Yeah. All right. You said you came from the Orklands? Through a portal?
And then, more specifically, and I'll tell them the land that we were at when we used the portal.
And he's like, okay. All right, so... All right, you know what? After the month I've had, I guess I need to... All right, so what do you need from me then?
We are headed to the city, and I suppose we need to know who and where to approach with this information. with our intelligence that we have gathered.
Do you have any papers of any kind to tell us who you are?
And I will tell them we are sent by the king and give them the names.
I don't think I've
but
ever
it's-
heard of that king. All right, look. I get it. After the months that I've seen so many strange, weird things, devils coming to our city, the shit that I've seen. I mean, I saw my general ripped in half by a large devil. And I can't take chances again. Because of the last time that the devils came to Polaria, I couldn't save everyone. I lost friends, good people. So if what you're saying is true, and if there might be a chance of another attack coming, I'll tell you what. Are you wanting to go and talk to somebody that's up high, which that's going to take days, a lot of red tape crap? Or, look, I have some connections. I could take you to someone. I could take you to the Maidens. They have the only workable portal currently, as everybody's trying to fix all the teleportation circles, I guess. I don't know about magic. But, Marissa is very well connected. It might be a little bit of a culture shock if you go there, but, I mean, it'd probably be one of your best bets. And then I can try to talk to my superiors, but like I said, it'll be a slow process to try to get this information to the correct people that also might take you seriously. But
Yes, let's start with the maiden. And as you said, you can run this information to your superiors and let them know where we are at if they have more questions.
Gunther, if I may.
Of course.
So, we can show you exactly where the portal is. And I think you need to get wizards here to seal it or guard it or set up alarms on it. We have temporary ones there at the moment, but they're not going to last forever.
all right, well, the maidens would definitely know how to handle that. Go ahead and show me. Let's take a walk.
And we're now heading toward the maidens, is that correct? So
Well, if you're going to show him the portal or he can lead you to the maidens, it depends which one you're wanting to do currently.
No, we
There's not
should
much
definitely show him the portal.
Yes.
Fine.
Show him.
Show them the portal then.
He looks over and he kind of just nods at the other two, and they kind of nod back, and one of them walks with him, the other one stays behind. Seems to go inform the other ones, and yeah, I'm gonna go check this out. And go ahead and you're in charge until I get back. Well, nothing like a portal to make it interesting today. All right, go ahead, lead the way.
It's not very far, right? 5 minute, 10-minute walk, maybe.
Oh yeah, it's about I would say about 10-minute walk. Yeah.
Yeah.
So he just
So,
if y'all lead him, he follows.
and as we walk, we'll give them a better detail of our battle with the devil and how we disrupted the ceremony, the ritual circle, and how that might have caused a little bit of delay, but it was really one of 5 portals. and the devil we monitored, and the wizard Ambrosia, right? Was that the name, if I remember correctly?
Ambrosia.
And there was one other character, wasn't there? Ambrosia,
Scathix.
the devil, and
Scathix.
yeah.
Okay, so if you mention Scathix, then yes, he's gonna like stop. He's gonna stop and look at you. I'm sorry. Did you just say Scathix?
That was the name that they had given the dragon.
Yes, you did.
Yep.
He's like, you see his, without even perception, you can see his face just kind of turn a little white. And all right. Yeah, let's go see this portal. And he gets serious now. He just hears that name and gets serious. And all right, so you're from the land of the orcs, was being sent by the king here.
Otterbug.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll drop Otterbug, right?
Otterbug is the main.
Us.
Yeah, he's the unifier. He's the main king.
Yeah.
And
he's asked us to bring the intelligence to you in hopes of unifying against this withered one.
And as you walking, there's one thing that this tragedy has done. There's a lot of perceptions and different, beliefs, I guess, on all the different people that come to Polaria. But when all this attacks and devils came and swarmed the city, you know what I saw? I saw people looking to their neighbors, be it halflings, be it goblins, be it orcs or elves, and everybody came together. And if we can all work together then, and this is true, then I'm all for it. And y'all eventually arrive at the area that y'all landed in. And as y'all look around, you can see that there's actually no sign of a portal.
Frown. This is where we entered your land. The portal seems to be disbanded, dispelled, perhaps. I am not the magic-y type.
You can see here on the ground where Shiv's burnt the grass.
And he looks
It
around.
just disappeared.
The other one starts looking around. Cedric steps, puts an arm out, tries to wave his hands in the air as if feeling for something. Look, I don't know how magic works, but you mentioned Scathix, and that's going to raise a lot of alarms. I don't know what's going on here, but alright, follow me. We're going to go talk to the maidens. And he starts leading you toward the proper city. And he starts heading to the west.
As he's leading back, Tarnik bends down to Carb and whispers, "Why is there no portal? Find out why there's no portal."
So, Saz is going to hear part of that conversation, and he wants to stay back by where the portal was for a second.
Okay.
And cast Detect Magic where we came through using the Wand of Magic Detection.
Ah, okay. How best to... Interesting.
Yeah,
Give
so
me
I'll
1 second on that one. That's a good one.
I'll put my hand on Cedric's shoulder and say, "Hold on a second. Our sorcerer might have something."
Cedric stops.
Some mean of detection. Let's give him a chance to see if he can learn anything.
All right. Give me 1 second, guys. I got to read my notes here. That's a good one. All right.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
that actually got me questioning, would that even work? Because I know certain spells that can block that.
Yes, there are.
But it depends largely on how strictly we are to the rules, right? If we can do a rule of cool and maybe there's residual magic that left over. This is
Yeah.
all within the dungeon
Which is kind of what I
master's
was
purview.
for.
Yeah, that's all within his purview, you know.
Yeah, just trying to figure out how the mechanics would actually work in here. Un momento.
We destroyed the ceremony ritual circle. What effect would that have on the other portals? Did it close them immediately? Because if I recall, as we jumped through, the portal did close behind us.
Okay. Okay, so that would be... All right, so... When you cast that, you would pick up some magic. Residue, though. You would pick up some residue. Faint conjuration aura. Pretty much something like a subtle signature that's left behind. And possibly even maybe just a bit of temporal distortion. But how familiar would you say Saz is with magic? Like, is he pretty... Like, what's his arcana at? Let's see.
His arcana is 1.
It's 1?
He's a sorcerer. He's a charisma caster.
Okay, so... Go ahead and roll me an arcana.
Close your eyes, concentrate.
I will give him a guidance.
18 on the die, so +1 for 19, and I'm taking that guidance.
Okay.
Picture what you see in your mind so that you can describe it later as best you can.
So that's 22.
22. Okay. So with a 22, because of this faint aura and signature, you think back and you're trying to figure out if you've seen something, anything like this. And the best that you can come up with is this is unidirectional. Some sort of portal that's unidirectional. And basically, the best you can think by looking at this is there's going to be no retreat, basically. That's the best that you can pick up from this.
So it was Tarnik who was asking, so it's Tarnik who I'll respond to first. This is quite interesting. It would seem that these portals are a one-way ticket. If you pass through, you will not be going back the way you came. So this one suggests everyone gets comfortable here.
I look to Cedric and say, the devils that you fought, did you destroy them all or did they flee?
Well, we sent them all back to the hells, for sure. There was even an Archduke here. But, yes, we destroyed every single devil that we could, at least in the region. Well, you have to understand that there were also throughout the whole entire kingdom, and we have thousands of miles. We had undead, we had devils, we had dragons, creatures that were from some thing they called Fell Shadow, or something, I don't understand what it was, but there were humongous creatures, like shadows walking. There were...
Wait, hold on. You had dragons?
And he looks down over at Cobb and is like, yes.
Well, you're in Tarnik. They had dragons. You could have been the best dragon slayer ever here. I mean, you slew dragon. I was there to see that too.
Cub,
He slew a
calm down.
dragon, sir.
Cedric,
See, this idiot buffoon of a god worshipping person slew a dragon, and as I'm doing that, I'm just slapping Tarnik's back, just like going, like really praising him out of it. He's like, he is awesome.
I'll let them talk, and I'll put my hand on Cedric's back, and I'll like motion him to continue walking toward the maidens.
Yeah, he's just like
a friend. He has had a reaction. Some sort. This world has affected him.
Yeah. Are you sure he's going to be all right? He's a little gray. I've never seen a dwarf look so gray before.
Yeah, time will tell, friend. Time will tell.
Lead
us to your maidens. Let's share the story with them.
Says, all right. And he starts walking, lingering further into the city, and starts taking you deeper. We'll jump to this map just so we can see a aerial view of this place. Y'all might have to zoom in because I couldn't figure out how to make the thingamajiggers grow to make a mile. But
as we're walking,
yeah,
Tarnik notices, Cub's over exuberance and slightly chaotic, even more chaotic nature, and he'll expend 5 of his 5 points from his healing pool and lay on hands in the hope that whatever is affecting Cub gets like dispelled by it, like if it was a poison or something like that.
All right.
Purify poison. So I'm just going to expend it. It's not going to do anything.
Yeah. So, Cub, I guess you would feel this aura wash over your body. Not quite sure what it is, but it would be up to you on how you deal with that particular divine power.
It would just be like a radiant light washing over you.
Like, ooh, pretty and
Okay, that didn't work.
Is Cub high?
Yes.
So to speak, yeah.
And
basically out of game wise, because this is Polaria in the Darkland. He's used to being in the soils of the Darklands, so he knows the soil, the nutrients, all the grass, the trees itself, and everything. So everything in Polaria is different. So it's more vibrant and rich itself, and then the Darklands is more gloomish. So getting a touch of an enriched land is changing his perspective.
Are you telling me that Cub got high from sensory overload?
Yes.
Pretty much.
Very much.
And no one had to cast True Sight on him.
No, we didn't need to. We just watched it happen.
And
I'm a druid. What do you expect? I know the land. I know my lands.
so I'm gonna ping where y'all pretty much he's leading you down this way. That's why that road was a little off. It's not really more to the north. It's heading toward the west. So he starts leading you into the actual cities, and by the time y'all get in here, it's a little bit more crowded than what that actually shows, especially once you get into these streets here. And as he's walking, how long does your disguise last, Saz?
I will re-up it if it wears out, but I believe it is an hour, then I have to go through and do it again. Yeah, it's 1 hour.
Okay, excellent. So I don't know if y'all can actually see it in the map, each one of these Oh my gosh, I forgot. My mind went blank. Each one of these blocks is a or honeycomb thingamajiggers. Hexis is a mile.
Okay.
So see, but once you get into the actual cities and stuff, it might slow down a little bit more. So you're trying to walk. You're walking about a mile there, which shouldn't take too long either. But just inside the city starts getting a little crowded, and basically what you're seeing is some roads or streets are more dirt. Others are, of course, paved. And you can get an idea of what you're seeing as you're walking in.
But as the streets get more crowded, Tarnik gets more tense, and he pulls tighter on Chiv's reins, and he pulls Cub close to him, because he doesn't want him running away.
And as you notice as y'all are walking into the city too, you also have some onlookers looking at Chiv and at Dorgoth. Looking at
I'm like, Tarnik. I'm sorry, but the land is mine. You know, this can't happen. Like you need to like let me go. I mean, you know, you're an orc. I'm a Dorgar. You know, we
Look up from the ground, my friend. Look around you. What do you see?
I see lots of pretty flowers and trees and other creatures and other
You do
people
not see
and
the hundreds and hundreds of unfamiliar faces in front of you.
yeah. Ooh, should I give him good berry? I need to give him good berries. I can make some good berries. You know what? I'm gonna make some good berries and give it to these people.
This
Cause
place is dangerous, Cub. Be careful.
but these people are people. These are nice people. These things are, you know.
These are common people. And in the common people you find all the worst sorts.
But
The very
but
worst,
if I,
they were right at the top. Don't worry about that.
but I'll give them a good berry and it'll be all better.
I don't think that will help too much, my friend.
I was like, I'll give them good berry. I'm gonna go give them a good berry.
I think you'll find that everyone will try and grab every good berry you have.
Cub, we're on a mission. We're seeking the maidens. We don't have time for this dalliance. So you can pass out your gooberries when we're done speaking with the maidens. Come along now.
Cedric looks back and is like, maybe the maidens can help him. I don't know. Whatever he had to drink. Sometimes I could use some of that. Jeez. Especially for a dwarf. And
Cub, they say there's maidens, magic-y maidens. Don't you want to see that?
There's magic maidens.
Cedric puts out a finger.
Let's go.
Yeah,
That's fine.
they're kind of magic-y. And as he turns a corner,
But I'm also
oh, go ahead.
I was like, I'm also magic-y in the lands. It's all my dream.
Cedric keeps walking and turns the corner and says, just to warn you, back in the Orc lands, they do have brothels, right?
Yeah.
Alright, so it won't be a total culture shock.
Of course we do.
I lived most of my life in the woods, so I wouldn't know.
And he eventually turns and he because it's crowded, it takes you about at least a good 20 minutes, but you eventually start on the street and you arrive and you can see a sign that says L Street. And L Street, as to drink L, but you see people just everywhere. It's extremely crowded. You arrive during the day here. And even during the day, you can see people, for some unknown reason, the street is crowded, but you also see shops. And then immediately the smell of different foods just waft into your nostrils. And even though you've eaten probably now, let's just say about 45 to an hour ago, these smells are just different various mixtures of meats, possibly vegetables, soups, all sorts of just scents mingling in the air. And I'm going to use this map, I guess, right here.
They're open food stalls.
These do not have stalls. They're all coming in from what you can see as the buildings inside, but that do have some people sitting outside in these restaurant-looking areas, and lots of conversations, lots of bubbling of voices just lingering into the ears. You also see, like, even in alleyways as you're passing through here, you can see cats. You see some mice that like kind of skitter into the streets and disappear. But L Street itself seems to be alive with life. And you see a lot of youth here. From our perspective, would be about maybe college kid age people just walking all over the place. But you also see that some buildings are being rebuilt. You hear the cacophonous noise of things being built as hammers are slamming against boards and nails. And you see also different beasts of burden bringing in lumber, and it's just packed here. It's hard for you to even try to maneuver away from people. Cedric, it looks like he's just trying to push people out of the way. Excuse me, thank you. And then you see some people coming up to you guys and say, "Oh, this one, would you like a taste sample? Trying to give you samples. And some people come and try to sell, like one person is trying to sell you like jewelry. It's like, "Oh, this ring right here, this ring, 5 silver pieces for this ring right here. It's excellent condition." And Cedric is like waving him away.
To the guy that was trying to give out food, Narsec would give him a warm rush. Try this.
Hey, hold up. Okay, I got 2 voices. Okay, so let's go. So Tarnik, you said what?
Flame on.
You said flame on? Okay. And
gives flames fire up and
is that
a bit.
okay? And then Narzag, you were doing what?
The guy that was trying to say, "Hey, try this." I pull out a worm ration that I cooked and made myself, and says, "No, you try this."
He'll grab it from you if you're giving it to him. and
Yep.
And
I'll just watch his face when he tries it.
And as this happens, Tarnik, describe what's going on with you now. Like, what do people see?
Previously, Shiv's mane and tail, which are normally on fire and quite large, just look like a normal mane and tail, except they made a fire. And when he said flame on, they exploded back up to their full height and full luminosity.
And as that happens, Grumthar will turn around and address the group. "Companions, we must stay focused. We will come back and enjoy their hospitality when we're done with our business. I too have needs of the market, but for now we must stay focused. Now, please focus and follow Cedric so we can complete our mission."
And as you're all going down, you're basically on this corner, and he starts moving you down this way, basically, trying to push aside the people. He's starting to look annoyed too. He's like, "Sorry, just don't look at them in the eyes. Don't look at them in the eyes. If they ask you for anything, just look straight ahead. Don't make contact."
Do as the man says. Now, let's hurry on our way.
And eventually, as y'all push, the people's reactions to Tarnik's flame, some of them like went backwards. Others like did an ooh, and then were like started clapping. And then as y'all moved on, they were all like, oh. They were all like just sad that the show was done. And the deeper y'all get into L Street, you see that there are other taverns as well, but they're all being rebuilt. And you see these people just drinking and having different ales and wines and such, as the pretty much the smells of all these foods really hits home once you get down to about here. And then he finally points over, that's where we're going, and you see a sign that says the Naked Maiden's Tavern. And you see this tavern is about 3 stories high, very elegant looking from the outside. And he looks back at everybody and says, okay, remember, culture shock. And he you might not know, but Polaria has a pact, let's just say. Do you know what a succubus is? He says,
Maybe.
He says, well, you're about to find out. It's all right, though. She's a good contact to have. Very hard to actually talk to Crinvia, but we'll probably have Serafina and maybe Naxalia. Naxalia's pretty knowledgeable. In fact, she's the strongest caster I know. Hopefully she doesn't remember that favor I owe her. He kind of mutters under his breath. He, like, pushes the door open, and you see before he pushes the door open, he nods at what seems to be a tiefling male that's standing in front of the door, very bulky looking, and he says, yeah, they're not paying any cover. They're with me. We're here for some info that we probably be trading. And he looks over and is like, oh, all right. That is fine. And so Cedric,
As Tonic
he
walks in,
do what now?
As Tonic walks in, he'll wrap the reins of Shiv on this tiefling's horns.
Seats going. The tiefling is kind of always like look at. Actually, before he does that, he'll probably try to stop him, and holds his hand out and looks at Cedric. Cedric just like reaches over and grabs the reins. Yeah, they have a spot for that over there. He says,
Oh, okay. I thought that's what those were for.
well, he's like,
Pointing.
no. Tieflings are very partial to their horns. I don't know if they have tieflings in your area, but I wouldn't suggest touching horns of tieflings. And
Okay.
he just like points over, keeps pointing over to the where you see where they can tie the horses. You see like 2 other horses for there.
He'll just hand the reins to the bouncer guy and go, thanks, mate.
He's like looks at it. It's like you see the tiefling just look over at Cedric and says, "It's a strange friends you have. I suggest you try to teach them some manners." And you see him look down over at the displacer beast, Dorogath. It's like, we can't allow that to come in. And Cedric looks, Yeah, he can stay out here. Right, guys?
Of course. Makes sense.
Carl, I think that's up to you.
Yeah.
He doesn't listen to anyone else.
That's fine.
Alright.
Tico. I go and I grab Tico and it's like, stay here with Drogoth here. You two play nice. Don't go anywhere. Just stay right here. We'll be back.
Drogoth is
And
kind
if
of...
you're good, I'll bring you steak. Or to both of you.
He
So
just,
let Drogoth know.
he just like nods and meows a little bit. And Drogoth looks and seems to be communicating, but he seems to just
Tico.
curl up next to the door area. How big is Narzag's bird? Like eagle size?
It's medium size.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that should be fine.
That's what I mean. It's giant. It looks like a giant on it. He's a medium-sized creature with a medium-sized creature on him.
Oh, it's a medium size. I was thinking. I always thinking smaller. Okay, so he looks like yeah, the Tiefling would probably stop that one too and says, he will remain outside too.
Are you telling me my religious goddess gave me this bird? Is it a religion icon? Cannot enter your establishment.
Correct.
Are you against gods?
Yes.
I would like to cast Hunter March on him.
Narzag. Narzag. You can either wait outside with your bird, or the bird can stay outside with the other animals. Which would you prefer?
I'll stay outside.
Very good.
All right.
Cities.
Cedric is just standing at the door, just like pondering his decisions, and he finally nods
Yes, Hunter's Mark.
and says, "All right, that was interesting." And he looks over at Grumthor. There's not going to be any trouble, is there?
Big sigh. Sadly, I can make no guarantees. We will try our best. I will keep them in control as best I can.
Okay.
It's best if we make our way and get our business done as quickly as possible.
And he like starts leading everybody in. Let me grab everyone. He's outside. You're outside. Norgrath is outside. Volsa is following the group quietly, lingering in the shadows. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, cool. Let's use this map here. So Cedric is going to move y'all in here. I think this should have dynamic lighting. Let's shrink this map a little bit. Yeah, that's interesting. Does that look black for you guys?
Yes.
Okay. Nah.
It didn't, and then it went black as soon as I zoomed out to look at the whole thing.
Huh. That's
Yeah.
interesting. Why is it doing that? Alright, we're gonna do this. Settings. Let me do this. I'm gonna make sure everybody has dynamic lighting. I think y'all have dynamic lighting, don't you? going to give... Oh yeah, I see. It's dynamic lighting is off for you guys. Okay, that's what's going on. So Grumthor should have dynamic lighting.
Yep, I see it.
You should. Let's turn dynamic lighting on for you, Mr. Saz. Tarnik. Let's turn on dynamic lighting for you. I should have done this in the settings. It's alright. We'll just do it really quick. I didn't realize I did not have these settings set. Let me see, who am I else? Who else am I missing? We don't need Volsa. Is everybody able to see the map now?
Yes.
Excellent. Alright. So as y'all walk in, culture shock for... Why do I have 2 of them? That's interesting. Let's do this. Strange maps. I have ghosts. There we go. That's better. Alright. So as soon as y'all step in here...
The tokens are animated.
Oh, yeah. There's some that are animated, yeah.
I've not seen that before.
Yeah.
Really? Oh, there I see. I see some. That's
They're
cool.
turning their heads ever so slightly, yeah.
So you have possibly they have brothels. Who've ever been in brothels, but you've never seen succubi. Succubi, y'all can roll a religion or history to know if y'all know what they are. As your characters, if you don't think your characters would ever have met any of them, you can do religion or history, and I'll let y'all know if y'all seen them.
Nope.
Damn, Cub, Jesus. Yeah, it's not a large DC, but apparently Tarnik is like, nope.
Nope.
11 history.
Yeah, but Cub has intimate knowledge for some reason.
Yeah, Cub has intimate knowledge somehow. Alright, so 1, 2, 3,
Not my fault.
That one, by the way.
Oh gosh. Yeah, Tarnik has no idea. He sees them
I'll
almost
reach
maybe like
over and
tieflings,
I'll
but
put my finger,
y'all see
put my
that
finger on Tarnik's chin and push it up. Let's concentrate, Tarnik.
and you see basically there is a room full of people, but the most noticeable ones are these females with wings. Cub, and anybody who rolled above or 11 and above basically would understand them to be succubus. Succubus that can be either from the abyss or from the Nine Hells. They can be either or. Not sure how to tell the difference on that particular part, but you do know them as succubi, the ones, the temptresses. There are also, if anybody wants to roll a perception, but you do know that they also have counterparts. And in the setting, my setting, there are male, female. Succubi don't interchange above table in my world, but anybody that rolls at least a 12 and above would also notice that similar in look, there is one that is sitting over here to the corner with some females, humans and elves, and the counterpart to the females that you see here. And pretty much leathery wings with curved horns, and some of them in various dress, but the ones that are on stage definitely wearing nothing, as you see people throwing what seems to be coppers and silvers coins onto the stage, and the music that you hear is coming from one of them that's, as soon as you walk into the doors right in front of y'all, and you see like a female goblin, you see elves, you see anybody that rolled a perception that's at least high enough above, I would say 11 for normal. Y'all would also notice that there's also a kobold sitting over here, going crazy and just clapping and throwing large amounts of sacks of copper that spill onto the stage over here as these succubi are dancing. And you also see that there's another stage that's also has succubi, a couple of succubi dancing about. Though for Cub, you would notice that some of these succubi are a bit different from what you have at least gained and garnered your knowledge. Some succubi have that infernal or abyssal look to them. These, some of them have like extremely human-like skin. Some of them have white skin, completely white skin. Others have what you would see as markings of runes and various hair colors, which is different from some of the stuff that you've heard or garnered your knowledge from. But you see Cedric looks back at the party, and Volsa is like looking around with a deadpan look. It's like, what the fuck is this? And these are devils. And she says loudly. And Cedric just kind of walks, leads everybody to here. Y'all can feel free to move and follow or do however y'all wish as y'all walk in here.
Barnick is basically walking around in a daze. I don't think he's been in a brothel this busy before. And he is completely befuddled by all the half-naked women. And he's just walking on like a cloud with his head looking left and right. His eyes are rolling in his head. He's drooling. He's approaching the bar because that's where he sees the most women.
I put my hand on Tarnik's collar and drag him with us. With me.
It'll come along. Token resistance.
Right.
Yeah, I know this is a bit of a stretch, but I'm going to ask. With a nat 20 plus 1 for a total of 21, can Saz see anything that might be beneficial to them in regards to what we talked about yesterday? Anyone who seems like Saz might want to speak to them specifically?
As he's looking about, unfortunately, he does not see anything that might be beneficial to him here. Ooh, that's a good thing that you bring up too. That I completely forgot about that too. I don't know if Saz would notice this, but as you walk in, because this is a disguise that's on you, there's not really anything that lets you know unless it's fading, right? But if it goes away, is there any way that he would know about it besides just looking at his physical self?
That's more up to you. It's open-ended. I know people have played it where you have a moment where you can tell that it's fading, but it doesn't actually say that.
All right, go ahead and roll me a perception. It'll be pretty low DC just because. And if anybody else has any kind of, I don't think y'all do, but if y'all had any kind of magic on y'all would notice that the magic.
So that was 2 nat 20 perception checks in a row for a total of 21.
Holy cow. You step through the door and you immediately notice that your magic fades. And your disguise is completely just worn off. And if anybody else has any sort of similar stuff on them, y'all would also notice that it would wear off. But I don't know if anybody else has anything like that.
No.
Kind of separately from this line of thought, I want to go to Volza, and I say, Volza, find yourself a dark corner and watch for trouble. Let us know if you sense anything.
And she says, yes. She's like is looking around, trying to scan the area. She's just gonna go over here for now, waiting.
DM, before she disappears, did anything happen to Volza when that happened to Saz?
No, you wouldn't have noticed anything from her, though she seems to be annoyed by something, is the best that maybe you could see. And she is not disappeared, she's just pretty much next to this table, trying to look around, basically, but not able to disappear currently because there's actually light where she's at.
Well, with what just happened, everyone's gonna see Saz just thumps his tail on the ground very loudly and hiss and just go over to one of these empty tables and not interact with anything.
And some people, like the two people at this table nearest to him, they just kind of really turn quickly toward that direction. You see some people just kind of notice, and some people, you do feel the eyes of people upon you without having to roll anything. That's just blatantly obvious as this disguise goes away. You feel that burning sensation of gazes upon you.
If it's a lot, Saz would probably turn to look from the direction that most of them are coming from, and spark up Firebolt in his hand and say,
"It would be the best for all of you if you kept your attentions elsewhere, or your lives may be shorter than you previously thought."
I will say before that happens, when he tries to spark up that firebolt, he feels the power of the magic about to ignite, but then somehow it just does not work. It seems to just fade away.
They will completely and totally play it off, having realized it didn't spark up, but still kept the threat, and then instantly start muttering to themselves over the fact that they are powerless here.
Everybody...
Grumthar will walk up to Zaz. Yeah, you want to finish your description?
Oh yeah, I was going to say, Saz, go ahead and roll me an intimidation. Just to see what happens really quick. This Volsa is also like trying to hide, and you see her, she's having problems over here.
That was almost another nat 20. That's 7 plus 4 for 11. That's not going to do anything.
Oh, 11? They just look over at him. Their gazes just... Some of them squint, others just kind of shrug, and they just go upon... Most of the tables that are not looking actually have a succubus on the tables, but the ones that are not with the succubus just kind of look. Then they go back to drinking, shrug their shoulders as if like, what's his problem? And just ignore you at that time, and they're just go back to their own. But go ahead, Grumthar.
Zaz, perhaps you would want to wait outside with Narzag also.
This one has no reason to leave. If this is where everyone is going to be, and this is where we are going to find assistance, then I will suffer with this.
Zaz,
Go someplace.
we do not want to make a ruckus. Compose yourself. If you cannot compose yourself, please go outside and do so. And I'll just go back to Cedric and Tarnik.
Cedric is kind of looking at everyone, and then You see this female over here who's wiping down mugs and everything, completely, well, bare of everything. Her wings behind her just kind of furling up and down, her tail just swagging in a sense. And she like drops off 2 large mugs of some sort of drink to these dwarves over here who are laughing. Oh, yes. Oh, it's a damn good hit, I tell ya. That damn giant never knew what it was coming for him from the knees. That's the kryptonite for giants, his knees, I tell ya. No, I wonder if there's going to be more devils anymore. I came all the way over here. It's already been a month now. I'm bored. And that's all you hear them talking. And she comes back over here. She looks over at Grumthar, but looks at Cedric. She winks. It's like, Cedric, you haven't been around in a while. And you see Cedric. Yeah. Well, you know, life's busy in the outskirts. Is she in? It's like, oh, no. Well, yes. But she told me to say no, because she's kind of busy. Why do you need to see her? I have some information. I think that might be pretty important. Scathix. And you see Seraphina's demeanor just kind of change. What about Scathix? He looks over at Grumthar and nods at Grumthar.
Yeah, our travels, where we departed from, we had an encounter with Scathix, and we wish to share our story with this maiden.
She looks over and is like, oh, Crinvia's no maiden. She's the queen of the succubus. And she holds a finger and says, here. And she puts down a large mug of drink. And then she like runs over, tail wagging, and she will disappear behind this door for a while. As she leaves a large mug of drink for Grumthar on the bar.
Yeah, Grumthar will take it, give it a small sip. If it's to his liking, he'll take a much larger drag off the mug.
As you take a sip, it is very powerful, whatever this is, and you can feel the fumes just sink into your nostrils, but at the same time, it has a warmth and soothing effect to your taste buds, so it also goes down soothingly down your throat.
Yeah, so this is tasty, and I'll take a nice drag off of it.
Oh yeah, and you can
swallow.
You can feel the power behind it, and it's like, yeah, best drinks, food too, if you're ever hungry, but very expensive here. This is the premier club now, apparently, since most of the other ones were burnt down. And then
You don't have any hesitation dealing with devils?
it's like, oh, well, there is a large, what do they call it, the Pact of Veils? They're more like citizens here. They have the taverns, they deal most of their stuff here, and, you know, they don't do any of their succubi stuff outside of the taverns. Anybody who comes here is kind of aware of what they're dealing with. You know, I've been here a few times. There's some benefits too, you know. When I had to fight and stuff, before the whole devil stuff happened, I used to come here and I was a regular, and you know, in the mornings, oh yeah, there's stuff to the succubi thing. It just kind of turns red.
I can only imagine.
And yeah. Maybe you should give it a, I don't know, give it a try sometime. I don't know what orcs prefer, but you know, kind of sits over here, tries to look around, reaches over the counter, pulls out a bottle, sets it down. I think I can put it on my tab, and grabs a cup and pours him. He's pouring wine, but eventually, Serafina returns, and you see a succubus that's completely clothed in armor compared to the other ones that are dancing and skimping around the area. She moves over to the bar area and goes to the corner. And Serafina kind of goes over to these dwarves. And she looks over. So, I hear someone has information dealing with this Skathex and other particularities.
Yeah. So I don't want to go through. I'll regale our story, right?
Yeah.
And not really holding anything back, but I'll tell the story.
Yeah. And she listens intently as you do this. And she looks over at Cedric and says, "This is good. It's a good thing you brought them here. This is very important information." And looks back at Grumthar and says, "You know, we don't have very many of our informants in the Orklands. Orcs are a particular bunch. We haven't been able to open our chains of the Naked Maiden's Tavern there. Though, in the south it's becoming a little bit more open-minded to the idea, especially in the larger kingdoms. So, this is very good information." And she says to Cedric, "So, we should probably have some informants go to this particular area, the portal area. Cedric, if you wish to give me some directions, or I can follow you back there. But I do need to inform Crinvia of this information. I don't know if she might want to get to know this group." And says, I suspect y'all were to tell her about the Chosen, or is there anything you kept back as being like...
No, I was encouraged to be forthright, so I think I was.
Okay. She says,
Not really holding back.
"It is good to know that the god of the orcs has also decided to finally put his hand into helping the rest of the pantheons. Most of the battles have been with the elves and humans, and some of the dwarves. Of course, the succubi have also been involved. This is... we helped defend Polaria."
Oh, we know how you've been involved.
Cub, calm down.
Where is Cub? Is he still by the door, or is he by the...
I'm with them. I'm with the group. I just didn't get a chance to work with it.
Okay. And she doesn't pay attention to Cub, but she will say... She says, "Gonash could be a very powerful ally. And it seems that he's brought some information that's very important, so it's a good gesture of faith."
It's like, hey.
Turn around and look at Cub and scowl.
Do not dismiss one other god too, lady.
Just like, he just lifts an eyebrow.
The other goddess, or there is actually another goddess involved, and that is Zotia.
Just,
She's my one and only.
she just looks down at Cobb and says, "Your one and only Zotia. I know Zotia."
You know her?
Crinvia knows her very well. She walks around Cub and then just stands and looks at Tarnik and Grumthar, and then looks over at Cobb and trying to figure out who all is together, and says, "All right, who all is with you?" Looks over at Grumthar.
A little bit of sigh. We have the dwarf Duergar and the orc here with us. We have Volza sulking in the corner. We have Zaz there, ours, and he'll say that his race. And we have one more companion that's outside with a few of our pet companions.
Says, "Are you needing any help as far as healings?"
Well,
Do
as
not
I'll look-
dismiss my healing.
I'll
How
look at
dare
Cub.
you, lady, to go
As-
against... I am a healer here.
Cub, this one we refer to as Cub, is quite good at healing. However, since we've been in this land, something here has affected him. He has been aloof, to say the
You...
least.
What? No. I still healed you. Remember, I healed you very, very well. I eat, and then I take out another bottle of my potion of healing as I look. I even administered 2 of these down your throat to make sure you got the good healing.
You sure did, Cub.
You
I'll
want
look
me?
at Tarnik.
I will heal you again, mister.
I'll look at Tarnik and say, Tarnik, can you entertain our little friend here while I speak with this lady? Did I get her name? I don't remember if I got her name.
She didn't say her name, but she will say, well, I don't know if you ever asked her.
I am Grumthar. How can we make your acquaintance?
And she says, "I am Nexalia. It's a pleasure to meet you."
Nexalia.
And says, "Your information that you brought here, this is what the Queen usually deals in. You see that though we are a brothel of sorts, a tavern, we're also a chain of information for the Polarian Kingdom. And now that we have the only circle that's left and still in operation for teleporting, most of the people from different areas have been coming through here. The traffic has been wonderful, great for business, great for information. I suspect that whatever is happening in the pits of the hells, as you mentioned, probably has to do with what Anam has scheming in the greater parts of the world to bring this disease he once brought in the first age of Solar, to destroy the veins of the world, the ley lines. You see, there are 2 different kinds." She looks over. The great elder tree, it's one kind, which was attacked recently. The elder tree has roots that stretch throughout the entire world, keeps nature alive, keeps all plant life healthy. Anam had sent some people in order to try to disrupt it, to disease it. The great beast, the fearful one, the necrotic behemoth, was awakened, the ones that even gods fear. He failed in that, but, as we know, the Withered One has always had layers of plans. While he was focused in some ways upon sending the diseases through plant life throughout Solar, those roots are also connected to the ley lines, the nodes, and we understand from what you were at least explaining that he's using every major node across the world in order to spread this disease quicker, faster. He did this once before in ancient Solar, though he attacked in multiple different areas with his undead and his armies of devils and demons, he was also attacking from below, destroying magic, corrupting it. And he was also corrupting natural order of life. So you see that when life, at least plant life, is disrupted and poisoned, living beings can't survive as well. And once the cattle of humans and mortals is destroyed and starved to death, well, you can understand what will happen to all races, be it orcs, humans, and elves. They will turn against each other. He will separate the houses, and a divided house cannot stand. She turns over to South and says, "Oh, hello."
Hello. You do not seem surprised to see this one.
Says, looks around and says, "I've seen many of your kind, though usually of a lesser form. You are more of a, in your culture, higher hierarchy, aren't you not?"
That's may have been true at one point, but this one does not command the respect they once did.
Says, "It is very rare to see one of your stature here. I am used to seeing more of the humanoid-like people, but very rare still nonetheless, until Thildora attacked. Of course, their clan is interesting. They work in conjunction with Steltora. When they were able to attack, at least in the first round of battle that happened, that Princess Aurora was able to hold back. So you can understand why you might garner some gazes here and there in the city if you're going to keep this form. Unfortunately, if you did have a disguise, Queen Crinvia is very protective of the tavern. It's the only one that stood during the war. Magic is very suppressed here, within the walls.
This one had noticed. But this one also would like to know, how in contact are you with these lesser Separai?
She says, "I myself do not have much contact with them except for the ones who visit here every now and then, or that I see them in Polaria City. But if you wish to know and garner more information, you can speak possibly to the Queen Crinvia. I could put in a word for you to see if she would like to hold a meeting with you. You did, after all, bring this important information. I've already sent messages to our other informants and allies. They are currently moving into the area that Cedric explained."
If this one could impose such a thing upon you, it would be of great significance to this one.
Of course. A favor for a favor. You brought this information to us. I would be glad to do this for you. Is there anything else that anyone else would request? And I shall bring it up with Queen Crinvia.
There is one more thing, actually. If you would be so kind as to keep what you have seen here as quiet as you can, that would be very helpful.
She nods. Of course. I do not wish to create unnecessary problems.
So, Nexalia,
Says,
you will see the Queen and relay this information. You do not need us to do so.
Yes, I will relay the information to her. But feel free to remain at the tavern. I will inform Serafina to give you anything in the house, be it drinks, if you need a room, if you wished for food. Of course, entertainment is different. All those are particular to each of our maidens. And she smiles at you.
So,
We do not need food. I got good berries.
if we were to stay at a more calm establishment, where might we find rooms?
Says, oh. Unfortunately, around L Street, most of the other establishments were destroyed, unless you go deeper into the Polaria proper. I hear that the Sad Dog Tavern is taking up some new rooms now after being rebuilt.
Grumthar, a moment if you would.
Hold, Zaz. Naxalia, we appreciate your hospitality. We will enjoy a table for now. Thank you.
Says,
Yes, Zaz.
and she will walk away and says, of course, I shall go speak to the Queen immediately. And she walks upstairs and disappears.
Cub, Tarnek, join us. I'll look over at Volza and see if she'll catch my eye and call her over.
She looks around, peering at everyone. She slowly walks forward.
Onyx at the bar.
How dare she go ahead and question my healing abilities?
Onyx at the bar trying to get the bartender's attention.
Oh, yeah, she will walk over. It's like, hey, big boy, how can I help you?
I have some questions.
Oh, of course. I have answers. And she smiles.
I guess this is, what do you call it? Multiracial establishment?
Yes. There are, I guess you could call it that. Multiracial. Good one. I like that, yes.
Okay. So, one, how come I don't see any orc girls?
Oh, you mean for us? I thought you meant for patrons. No, this is all owned by succubus. And maybe a couple of incubi there. But we are succubi. We can change into an orc. And she transforms and she changes in front of you into an orc female.
Ugh. Oh, no, that's wrong. Oh, change back.
And she's like, oh, I'm sorry. Not to... you don't
Yeah,
like
no,
orc females?
No, all I can see is you.
Okay. Huh. Never had that happen before.
Alright, so, my other question is, do you have, drinks for each race? So, for orcs, do you have good ale?
Well, we don't have particularities for each race, but most of ours is hopefully catered for each race. Says, I think your friend over there, he liked it. And she points over at Grumthar at the table.
Probably take another drag off the mug.
Give me 3 of them. And a really strong red wine for Valsa.
She starts running everywhere. going here.
And you look to the dwarves and go, give me one of whatever they're having for my dark dwarf friend.
She's like, smiles. She says, well, Naxalia messaged me, and she said that it's all in the house. As she puts them all on the counter.
Yeah. And then she'll go, do you have a wine from the desert?
A wine from the desert. Let me see here. And she runs back and disappears behind this door. And then she comes back, and you see that she has a bottle, and the bottle looks more of a dark reddish liquid inside, and you can't really tell of the color because also the glass itself seems to be more of a dark, almost shaded color. And she puts it down and says, here you go, this one should be I think they called it fire breath wine. I think that's what he called it, fire breath wine. It's imported, and it's imported from the North Darklands.
Excellent. This should work quite well then. And he'll grab a tray and put the drinks on, and he'll leave one drink behind and say, can you take that outside to my friend waiting with the animals?
Oh, sure, I can do that.
Thank you.
What does he look like? Waiting with animals? Okay, so, well, I know he's waiting with animals.
He's an orc.
Oh, she smiles and wags her tail, and she grabs it and immediately starts pushes past Cedric. Hey, Cedric. He's like, what? And then like she disappears outside.
He'll pick up the drinks and go back to the table and put them all down in front of everyone.
Zaz, speak. What's on your mind, friend?
This one will do their best to speak plain. The surface of this place is disgusting. It is filth personified. However, this place seems to be familiar to this one. Its true nature shines brighter than what is presented before you. If they are willing to house one such as us, this one would not be so quick as to refuse the offer. Despite my weakened state here, their secrecy and their information could prove invaluable to us.
That is precisely what I wanted to speak about. How about you joining us?
Yeah.
Volsa is like, we're among devils. They conspire with these succubus. I've seen succubi. I've seen them when I was younger. They will trick you, and they will suck the soul from you and send you into those hells. This is very dangerous here. We are amongst enemies. How do we not know they're not working with Anon?
I would not be so quick to judge one based off of their appearance. Just because one has a history of being with devils does not mean that they are at this time. These people seem to be present among all races. They gather information for these people in this kingdom. Perhaps it would be better to try and have a more open mind, at least for our purposes.
Volsa will look at Tarnik and be like, Tarnik? Are you willing to conspire with these? And she looks over at one of the ones that's dancing over here with these lustful creatures.
They peddle in lies. They collect information and they make their money by pretending to be other things. It was scary watching it change in front of me. But they are focused. They know their business model. They won't do anything to harm that model. If they're offering a sanctuary, it's a genuine offer.
As you hear more people just laughing in the background once you finish with that, and then you hear some more music change that is being played by this particular one over here. Volsa just kind of looks with a little bit of disgust. It's like, very well. I will do and follow. I am an unfamiliar territory. I feel very open to here.
It seems like your magical effects are inactive.
It's like, yes. Something lingers within the walls.
This place is stimulating and disturbing all at once. But the rooms are free and the host is accommodating. I suggest we take advantage of the hospitality. We want them to know where we are and be easily approachable. Let's find our rooms, and if you find it distasteful down here, then stay in your room.
And with that, we're gonna.
What time of the day is it?
Y'all had arrived close to I think we were at morning, right about 12. So right now it's probably be around 2 o'clock for you guys.
So yeah, early afternoon, early mid-afternoon. All right. I have need of some shopping myself.
Indeed, I need to sharpen my blades.
And then we're going to jump over to Narzak really quick. But before we do that, let's go ahead. I'm going to take a bio break. Let's take a 5-minute break really quick.
Sounds good.
Okay.
All right.
Thanks.
Cheers.
Alright. Just chilling here till everybody gets back.
Still here.
Oh, you're back?
Oh, I never left. I'm in too much pain to move. So I'm just sitting by my computer.
Yeah. Alright, well. If you're here. Yeah, Serafina walks out there to you. As you are chilling outside the tavern near the little area where they have all the horses reined up, and Dorgoth is still kind of chilling too by the door. Oh yeah, no, because I don't have the outside part. You have a blank screen though? Is it black?
Okay. It's black.
It's
I'm
probably
watching
because
the
you don't.
stream, basically.
Yeah, because okay. So so you can kind of see. Yeah, because it's gonna be like kind of outside. Let me see if I put you. I don't know if I can put you in. Let me see. You might be able to see the outside. Let me grab this. Let's see. Mr. Narzak, copy that. And then I'm going to bring you in here.
On your on Discord on my computer account, I sent a picture of my bird. I assume it's magic, so you know it takes a spell slot to burn and 10 minutes to cast and or summon. So I assume it's magic, and my bird would cease to exist.
Let's see, let's do this, do this, do this, do this.
Would familiars also cease to exist?
And let me turn this on for you. You should have 60. Are you able to see the outside area of this?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Yes, I can.
And why can't
This
I
one's
see
changed.
here? Let's go ahead and do this. There we go, so we can see you. It's a little different, but yeah, we hear there's supposed to be more stuff, but basically she'll come up to you and hand you a.
I remember her being blonde.
No, she's always been black-haired, but she's going to come up to Narzak and she says, "Oh, hello. I think your friend here wanted me to give you this bottle of wine." She smiles.
Why?
I don't know.
Why?
Oh, you said, oh, you wine, yes.
That's
Said
odd.
ale out to
Oh, ale.
Tarzan.
Hell.
Ale, sorry.
Yeah.
She says, ale, sorry, my mistake.
Why? What? Why are you confused me?
She says, sorry, my mistake. I meant ale.
Yeah, they wouldn't let me bring my beast companion.
And she says, oh,
I
yes,
haven't named her yet.
nice beast there. Yeah, we usually don't allow beasts in there. Too much trouble in the past.
Yep, summoned base off of this land, so whatever. That's all I want. That's all I want.
And she just kind of nods, holding the bottle. It's like,
Oh, he takes it. Takes a sip.
and it's very smooth, very good, very powerful. The fumes, as Grumthar's, burns, but it's very soothing and warm going down the throat and lands gently in the stomach where you feel that nice warmth flowering out from that center.
I'm poison resistant, so alcohol is technically poison.
So technically, you just feel it and taste it, but nothing happens. But she smiles and says, "Well, I gotta go back and tend the bar. It was nice meeting you."
Take care, ma'am.
And she just like runs back. And she runs over to the table.
Drink in silence.
Okay. And she'll stop over at the table, and Cedric actually just gonna take a seat over here on this. And Serafina just looks over at everybody and says, "All right, anything else that you might need? Food, perhaps?"
Do the rooms have exterior entrances? We have pet companions, and we would like to stay here, but we need to be assured that our pet companions are taken care of.
All our rooms are on the second floor, unfortunately.
You have stables.
Oh, yes, we do. We just built some new stables. They're out in the back.
We'll have to check to see if that is acceptable to Narzag.
And she nods. Oh, okay. Well, yeah. Like I said, everything was in the house. I can give you some rooms. And would you like private rooms or one big room?
We get it for a plate of raw meat.
This one. That is exactly what this one was looking for. This one wanted to know how you felt about raw meat and blood.
And she looks over and she says, I mean, could be delicious. I've had some different varieties. I don't much prefer the one that comes from the Kraken. I rather prefer that one cooked. And she looks at
No suit.
You've left Zaz speechless. Impressive.
She smiles and says, is there any particular type you would like?
Whatever you recommend would probably be best.
Pork it is. And how about you? Looks over at Tarnik.
Oh, I'm good. I ate up at Thrask's. Great feed. Highly recommend it.
She nods. Looks at everybody else. Looks over at, like, Grumthar.
I am wondering if you could recommend an outfitter. Perhaps a blacksmith.
Oh, the silver weapons down the corner is pretty good. His shop was just finished being rebuilt.
Something weapons. What was it called?
Silver weapons, which would be the... Make sure I get
Silver
that.
sword weapon.
Silver weapons. Okay. Do they have a blacksmithing service as well?
And she says, yes. She says, silver swords weapons is what you'll be looking for.
How about gear? I could use a new set of boots.
And she says, oh yeah, you can go there too because it functions as both. He sells armor, she sells general stuff. And then he also has a blacksmithing thing. Not really sure how that works. I guess he forges stuff. I never studied it myself. I'm more of a sword wielder. She smiles.
That's perfect. Thank you. What was your name, child?
Serafina.
Serafina.
And she smiles and crinkles her eyes again. Her two teeth just kind of popping out of her mouth. And she says,
She's a biter.
She looks over at Cub. Says, how about you? Any plates of food for you, sir?
Okay. Well, out of thing. You said that this thing drains magic, right? Or like there's no magic residual, right?
In here, yeah, no.
So that means that even the euphoria euphoria effect of me getting hot, or from the high that I'm getting, is also cut off.
Probably might be cut off in here, yeah, because it's like kind of cut off. I mean,
Pretty
there's no.
smelly.
Yeah, it's pretty normal in here. It's almost like its own. It's not like a pocket dimension, but there's stuff happening in the background that probably will cut it off here.
It'd be like walking into any pub or tavern.
Yeah.
No,
Smell.
I know. I was just like, I'm trying to, it's like, because I want to make sure, like, I was like, so for me, knowing all this, I'm just gonna like, I'm gonna like slam my head to the table, like,
Ugh.
water is fine.
And she says, okay.
Although I'll take ale.
She says, ale and water. And she walks over and kind of pats you on the back. All right, are you sure you're going to be fine? You know, we can take you to a room.
I guess.
She says, oh,
I don't know.
Okay, let me go get that water for you and ale. And it's like, and she like rushes back over here, disappears behind the door.
Barney
I was
pushes
like-
across the dwarven ale that he picked up earlier. Yeah, come, drink this one. I got it for you.
I'll grab it and I'll start taking slow sips. Like, where are we, guys? I don't remember much.
That's all right.
This is
Just
good,
made
by
it
the
up.
way.
I'm going
Was
to
I-
request my own room for tonight. You guys can do as you please.
It's like,
Yeah,
Looking-
guys, can you guys refresh my memory? I'm having a weird feeling of like I just went through another amnesia. Why are we in a tavern now?
Seriously, Cub?
Yes. And now my head hurts too.
Perhaps you should have one of your famous gooseberries or whatever the hell they're called.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, good berry. Yeah, you're right. I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna try to attempt to make a good berry.
All right. As you attempt it, you notice that it does not appear.
Guys, my good berry's not appearing. What's going on?
Not surprised. They have some sort of suppression in this building. It's both good and bad, I'm afraid.
Oh my god. Seriously, what's going on? I'm trying to piece everything together. I don't know what's happening.
We are spreading our tale of portals and devils and wizards and dragons. We have communicated that to a contact here, and she is reporting it to the queen. If I got that right.
Yep.
Okay. So
And that was, and he holds up his tankard. Oh, 2 sips ago. And now you're up to date.
So
From here, I intend to go to Silvered Weapons to refresh my gear after the unfortunate dip in the lava. You may stay here, or you may join me.
Do you need some money to go shopping with, Cub?
Yeah.
I mean, I might as well go shopping. I may need to look for some more medical supplies.
So Tarnik will pull out the bag of holding with the company gold in it, and he'll dole out 500 to everyone.
I was like, huh. Thank you.
And Serafina hands you the water and a large mug of ale. And she
I
says,
was
"Here
like,
you go."
Thank you for the guys. Why is there a succubus giving me drinks here? Did they do something with the magic ritual here? Is that why I can't cast my good berry here? Why are we drinking? Are you guys being poisoned? Because I know I have resistance and I can cure you guys if you're poisoned.
Serafina just like, I'm gonna go back to the bar. So if you need anything else, I'll be there. And she runs back.
This one is still waiting on their blood.
Oh, yes, it's been. We're putting it all ready. They're gonna ding the bell here in a little bit, and I'll have it all ready for you. It's still, well, it's not being cooked, but it's just being put on a plate. And as she like wanders off, Grumthar, you see Noxalia walk down. She looks over at Grumthar and says,
I was like, okay, I get the whole thing that we were telling our tales here, but what the heck happened to me? And how come I do not remember any of this, these things?
As Cobb finishes with that, Noxalia looks at Grumthar and says, I have passed the information to our queen. Looks over,
Quick.
looks at the group and says, well, she is on the 3rd floor with her daughter. And she looks over at Grumthar and says, she would like to have a meeting with you. I assume you speak for the rest of your group here.
I look at them. I look for Tarnik to nod. Does he?
Nick will say, I think as a group we should all meet.
She looks over
Tarnik,
at Cedric.
our group has become a little impetuous, don't you think? Hard to manage at once.
Serafina comes by and puts down a plate, a large chunks of pork meat on in front of Saz. Says, "Here you go. Hope you enjoy." Plenty of blood.
Saz will literally look at the plate and take a moment to look around at his companions. And I'm assuming everyone here is familiar with how snakes eat.
Swallow it whole.
He will literally just reach down to the plate and encompass it, and you will see the deformation of his throat as it goes down his gullet.
Yeah.
And I'll look at Tarnik and I say,
Watching your
"You
mouth
guys-
hurt, like your whole mouth just unhinge as you devour that. I'm just
Yes.
I look at Tarnik and I say, need I say more?
Volsa is actually just kind
I'm
of
gonna be like-
staring at this. Like Volsa is actually like her mouth is kind of open at this. Actually, it's the first time you ever seen her with an actual reaction.
Tonic's eyes are wide open watching this plate go down.
Cedric
Can I
kind
go to
of
Volsa's
Cedric
mouth
off in
and,
the
like-
distance. If anybody sees, kind of side eye at Cedric. He's just like just kind of just looks like kind of sees the idea behind, but doesn't get the full picture. But he's just kind of like frowning and confused. Serafina just kind of shrugs and walks back. Look, Naxalia.
I'm gonna go up to Volsta and I'm just like gonna grab the bottom of her jaw and like close it. I'm just like boop.
She's just like,
Tarnik, I want you to stay here and see if you can keep these guys from destroying the place. Can you handle that?
Well, probably not, but we'll go shopping instead. How's that?
I'll meet you there when I can. Nexalia, take me to your queen.
and she'll
Wait, what? Why are you gonna go see a queen? Wait. You know that's a succubus, Grumthar.
And
You're gonna
Grumthar
go
walks away.
And he's just ignoring me. Seriously, is
Dwarf,
everyone here just
dwarf,
gonna
come
ignore
here.
me and everything?
Dwarf, come here.
What?
Saz is going to try to get down to their level and literally go through event after event of how Cub has presented themselves up to this moment until the magical effect kicked in, bringing them back to their senses and explaining that it would be best for them to keep their mouth shut because they're only making themselves look worse.
Do you understand?
Okay, I understand that.
At this,
Can I try to like, or in this case it would be like a history with disadvantage since I was high. Would I try to somehow like piece the memories together about it?
yeah, you could probably roll with a normal just because it wasn't so much that it was gonna have you have like actual drunken stupor. Oh my god. Very little piecing, apparently not.
I was
The
gonna say
euphoria
Tonic
was
would-
strong.
I was going to say Tonic would back up everything Saz said. If that would help.
No, I'll let you roll with an advantage with that one if he's backing it up. That's Grumthar
Right.
and Naxalia disappear then. Cedric is going to actually follow them. I'm gonna...
Alright, well, if I get the advantage, I'll be 14 altogether.
Yeah, I'd say you can piece some of it. You have the flashbacks of what happened after y'all jumped through the portal.
I was like, oh my god, I kind of somewhat made a fool of myself a bit.
And as you're talking, you see this succubus
Oh, like-
with red hair, as you are explaining this, put her hands on Volsa's shoulders and lean in and say, "Hey guys, how's everyone doing?" And Volsa, you see Volsa just literally stiffen up. Her shoulders just go like hard as a freaking rock. And her eyes just go wide and look at everybody. Just sitting there stiff like a nail. And you see this red-haired succubi just smile at everyone. She
It's like, we're good, ma'am. How are you?
says, "I'm doing very well today. Oh, so are you looking for a little bit of pleasure and conversation? Maybe a little bit of cuddling? A little bit of dancing?"
Tonic looks up. Thank you for your hospitality, but we shall not require any further services.
Yeah, we're good.
Oh, okay. Well, if you happen to
But-
change
But
your
I
mind...
don't think you would want to cuddle with me because, you know, I cuddle like a bear.
Oh, I like bears. I've been known to cuddle some very big men. And you don't look so big and so intimidating as they were. But it's okay. My little old body can handle a lot.
I was like, oh, when I said, I mean a literal bear.
Oh, well, if you're into that kind of thing. She smiles. Volsa is just like, her eyes just, she's stiff as a nail, looks over at Tarnik, completely frozen in place. She's just like, giving a look to Tarnik like,
Tonic looks at Carb and goes, "This is a place of succubus, remember?"
I was like, yeah, I'm having a little bit of a brain fart about that.
Yeah. Come on,
Um,
let's get out of here. There's something in the air or the drinks that's befuddling everyone.
and she like just
Yeah.
smiles.
I was like, we're good, ma'am. Maybe later on in time when we are going to bed, we might
Oh, when you're
ponder
going
those
to bed?
services.
Yes, I will be here. Just ask for me. And she says, and leans in,
And
To-
your name?
and she leans in over to you and like near Volsa's right ear and says,
Thaisara.
And let's copy that. And then she as she does that, she just kind of wraps her tail around Volsa. Volsa just like really gets stiff. It's like, what are you doing? And then she like plants a kiss on her cheek, and Volsa is like just like moves over to this side, and then she just like sways her hips as she walks away to go over to the stage over here and starts walking up the stage as this one starts walking down. And then starts walking around the room. Volsa
Coming,
just...
sir? Hey,
Absolutely, I've had my fill of this.
It's like I can see that the way your mouth just unhinges as you.
come on, Cub. Let's go visit the alchemy store.
Volsa just moves
Okay.
past everyone and just walks out. She like stands next to Tarnik. She's like,
That was unsettling. That was very unsettling. What the hell?
Yes.
It's like, yeah, you can say that again.
I
Let's go
do
and
not
smell the
have
fly.
this.
she just like shakes. She's like,
I did not perceive human cities to be working in conjunction with devils.
Think about our own thieves' networks. There's some questionable members in them as well.
I suspect.
Snarzag, you see everybody just walk out.
How was your drink, my friend?
I guess better. And so this is the human lands here, huh? Sorry, just
Yes,
whatever.
Go and smell the flowers.
Wait, what?
There's flowers on the map.
Oh my god!
There's flowers on the map?
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's also flowers underneath my feet.
It's like, okay.
Over here or
You're like, oh great, I'm gonna get high. It's like, it's like, this is all very. It's like, well, I mean, that's the city that we're in, right? It's the city that we're in. That picture that you showed us earlier. That's like what the city looks like, or so.
Valeria?
Or like the town is like all cobblestone road with the ground. DM.
yeah, all of it is all currently cobblestone and stuff. That's what you're talking about, the city.
Yeah, it's like man-made.
Yeah. So basically, y'all would be coming out like in this area right here.
Yeah, so I guess because of that, since it's man-made-ish, I don't think the euphoria aspect of it would affect me.
Yeah, it's like being inside of a city now. Yeah, because it all, like I said, the original picture I showed you was this right here. It's gonna have this similar atmosphere to it as you're walking down
Yeah.
different streets.
It's like, huh? For humans, I would say they live very open, well, to the lands, better than I imagined. I mean, these It is
Looking
man.
down at
This,
the cobblestones and thinking, huh?
it's like I was like I don't like it, but I like it, but I also don't like it. But yeah. So let's go ahead and hit the shop here then.
Alrighty. So if y'all gonna make it over, so let's jump back over here. So if y'all gonna go shopping, that was this area over here that you are gonna go to, which is the Silver Sword. Well, I know Grumthar was wanting to go there.
Yeah. Panic as well.
Okay.
DM, I got a question.
Yeah.
Beast of the land, a bear is an omnivore, so they eat both fish and berries. I cast my last first level spell, cast Good Berry, to see if my bird would eat a berry. And eagles, I believe they're more meat eaters.
Oh.
I don't know if they...
We'd probably just be searching for meat then.
So it doesn't eat my berry. Then I hand my 10 berries to Cub. There you go. Have fun.
Yeah, no, they don't. I don't think they eat any kind of vegetable stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what
They do love fish, though. So, all right, we're gonna say that Narzak, are you gonna follow the group too? Now that they're outside.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, definitely.
So we're saying we're going over there with Chiv and I keep forgetting his name. The Displacer Beast.
I'm gonna go to Drogoth and also
Drogoth,
and
there we go.
Tikal, or Drogoth and Tikal, and I'm gonna pet them, but also let them know to stay here, and we'll find you a room or something to where you can rest, and we'll be back after we gather supplies.
There's some stables around the back of the building.
Yeah, there are stables in the back of the building.
It's like then I'll go ahead and I'll kind of guide them or ask them to follow me to the stables, and I'll ask them to stay there for now.
Okay.
Shiv
And
will
I'll come back.
Oh, go
Shiv
ahead.
will follow you out to the stable as well.
Okay. So if y'all go back there to the stables and stuff, they've actually added on to it now. And you will see you actually see another succubi female over there, a blondish succubi. She seems to be, interestingly, wearing some stuff that y'all probably never seen. She's like, kind of like a blue-looking breeches and something like a leathery shirt, some sort of hat above her, and maybe 50 foot of rope on her side that she has, and she's like going there, and she's actually feeding what seems to be 2 other horses in there currently. And but if y'all go over there and drop them off, yeah, she'll pretty much just guide you over to the pins and stuff, and she'll say that she'll take care of them, and we'll say that we can leave them there. And... all right, and then y'all.
I'll go to Tico, or I'll go to Tico separately and be like, watch her so that way she doesn't poison the food for Drogoth.
Okay. And then we'll say that we'll be heading this way. So before we do that, we're going to jump over to Grumthar now, really quickly. And we're gonna put this right here and then paste. That should be in tokens layer. All right, Mr. Grumthar, as you are being led, you go up into the second stairs, and you are able to see that there are rooms. The second floor of this place is all about rooms. You see one large area, though, that opens into doors into hallways of rooms. But you bypass that and go up to the next stairs. And the next stairs, leading up, you finally arrive in a room with lush red carpet, statues, and different, couches, different ways to sit, and all lit up by candelabras on the walls. And we're going to switch over so you can see that. I think you can see it right now. You should be there now, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. And for the most part, you see she just kind of leads you all the way eventually until you arrive at this other area here. We're not going to use dynamic lighting too much on this map just because, but Noxalia arrives, and you do see, indeed, even being an orc, a succubus, but an unnatural beauty to this succubus, even though she might be in a sense more of a human look. You can tell, be it by magical presence or some sort of lingering power that she's exuding, that her beauty is beyond. And actually above any of the other succubus that you've seen, though, that were, I guess, for your perspective, I guess, normal. You can tell that they're succubus, but with this one, it's just piercing into you. You feel a sense of power kind of seeping into your brain as you see her, almost like whiskey trying to warm your brain. Almost like that same drink that you had, as Noxalia says. Queen Crinvia, this is the one who brought the information about the portals and all happenings in the Orc lands. And she looks and stands, and as she stands, she looks over at Cedric. Cedric, so good to see you. You've been gone for quite some time. I do believe you still owe me a favor for payment. Cedric, yeah, that's what I was coming up here for. I'm a man of my word. And I figured that once you're done discussing whatever you're going to discuss with our friend here, we can go over those terms. She says, of course. Why don't you and Noxalia wait outside for me? Sure, yeah. Walks over. Good luck, buddy. Taps you on the shoulder and starts walking out. And Day is going to walk outside. Crinvia looks over at you and says, and who do I have the pleasure of speaking with?
I am Grunthar Ironfurrow clans of the South Orc lands.
Yes.
And then I'll just start going to. I will start going into the story of where I come from, and so Queen Crinvia, where shall I start?
He says,
how much would you like to know?
Well, I know much of the Iron Furrows. I walked your lands. I've been in both the north and the south, but I do have interest in what you know presently. So tell me, what is happening currently in these pits of the hells? What did you see? Was this Scathax directly working with anyone, particularly Anam? Did you see him there? This is my greatest worry, and I want to know exactly his plans. But is this a puzzle?
That's the withered one?
Yeah.
Another name for the withered? Yeah. We did not put eyes on the withered one directly. We encountered and battled the wizard named Ambrosia. We encountered and battled the one, the devil, and named the type of devil because I didn't catch his name. And then we observed the three of them, the devil, the wizard, and the dragon, conversing, discussing around their ritual circle, discussing rituals, ley lines, and portals used for invasion.
She'll say.
I'll tell her everything I know. I don't really hold back.
She'll say, if we're going by what memory he has, I suspect he might have told them that they were headed west as well. So she would say, well, it might seem that they will be going after Cadaverbus. Hopefully your city is still standing by this time. If they are planning some sort of invasion and the portal of the hells is there, that means there is quick supply of soldiers. And the armies of the devils are not ones to hold back and are very strategic.
We did at least attempt to disrupt their circle, hoping to hinder their progress at the very minimum. I have the sense, though, it would not delay them long.
I am very curious the way that you described the ritual. They already have the portals opened, but they're casting a ritual.
Something about blood.
If you would to remember, I guess, if we're going by Grumthar, what's his intelligence?
Oh, yeah, come on. Intelligence is pretty standard. 10, 0.
Okay.
0.
Okay. Roll me a... let's go with a investigation. No, actually go with the history. Just roll me a history. Oh gosh. Okay. There's certain stuff that's some certain stuff that's important with names that I mentioned that I would need to see if he remembered or not. I don't know as player if you would remember any names, but if you don't, that would be important. I wouldn't be able to give it to you unless he rolled something. But she's going to say, yes, very interesting that they're using a blood ritual and require thousands of bodies. It piques my interest. I shall have to go and investigate. In the meantime, the main concern is, yes, there was a portal here. A one-way portal. And I can see why they have it. If they have such a large army already building on the other sides of the hells, that means it would be quick, attacking multiple great cities at once. I suspect that this is what they're at least conspiring to do with all the rest of the allies they have around the world. And then, with the backup of a devil army, most of the big cities won't be able to stand against such an onslaught, a surprise of sorts.
If these are one-way portals, this land recently encountered a battle with an army, a legion of devils. How did they retreat? How did they flee?
Most of these devils fled by flying away or running, but I think that is the problem. I think they're going to send an army and give them no way to retreat, so the only way forward is to win. No retreat, no surrender.
So this battle you recently had was not with an army.
It was an army of undead, devils, dragons, and whatever other allies they had. We did push them back, but Anam is not giving up. He will try again. He can control devils more than he can control demons. Usually he uses the demons in the northern continents. Usually devils in the southern continents.
I am but a blunt force weapon of ganache. I've been nominated leader of our crew, of our force. How can we possibly serve ganache and the greater good to hinder, defeat the withered one? Is there no hope? Is there no weapon that we could obtain?
She steps around the room. She will sway her tail back and forth as her wings kind of furl smaller toward her body, and starts taking more of this human form. And she'll look over in the books that she has. This is, over 2,000 years ago, I escaped the abyss. Nature. That's what succubus are. By nature, we are evil. We have to be what, I guess, reality molded us to be. I decided to fight against that. Though fighting against your nature is very difficult. Most people believe that you can't break what you are meant to be, or at least were created to be. I thought differently. An impossible task. A hopeless task, one might say, especially for succubi. Can you imagine a succubi escaping from the abyss and the goddess who rules over them? And then I decided to save others, start to teach them. And then I learned that I could make pacts with at least certain mortals. Though I still had my fiendish nature and killed many until I learned, finally, a few years ago, to completely vanquish that side of me. And I made a home here in Solar. I made allies with the human lands. I have connections all over the continents of the humans, some in the elven lands, none in the orc lands. I could use allies in the orc lands. And she looks over at you. I could use people that could sway for me to open my own establishment there, thus helping with increased information that would be beneficial to both kingdoms. What you need, my friend, is information, knowledge. I have that knowledge through all the resources that I have across the human lands and most of the other ones that I at least have my establishments in. The question for you would be it's not necessarily mainly of blunt force and physical attacks. A Nom works in a different level of intelligence. Though I do believe that my intelligence is higher than his. He has been at this for far longer than I have in the prime material plane. I could possibly find where certain nodes, the most important nodes, are. But I will warn you that once you start interfering into a Nom's plans, he will take notice, as he has done with many other adventurers. Though, on the good side, most of those adventurers have triumphed over his attacks. Many have died, but the group itself has succeeded. For instance, the spell engine has been brought down. The Devil King that ruled over Polaria for some time was brought down by these heroic champions of gods that were chosen, be it by Persephina or Angoria. In fact, I had some of them here. You might not know them by name, but there was some that were called Oyasolor, Sole, maybe some that are not in history now, like Chasen. Perhaps you yourself will become some of these heroes. I can help you with that. What do you require currently?
I'm a simple orc. Sort of ganache. I desire to serve my god in the best way that I can. And my understanding is he wants me to find and defeat this Amon. And I seek a way to battle him in the best way to serve my god.
She steps. Gonash. I have not spoken with him in quite some time. He's direct. A force of nature. He sees and focuses on one thing, but very rarely aware of all things that are transpiring around him, except for the one spot that he's focused on. I do like his tenacity and his ability to stay focused and untasked, though he is more useful as someone that we can point to when we need something destroyed. However, this situation requires a little bit more intelligence. You can be the Gonash, and I can be that intelligence. If you are willing to lead your group to where I send them.
I will say yes for now until I feel your ambitions conflict with my gods. As long as they're aligned, we will be at your aid, at your service.
I suspect that we are aligned, because we do not want to see Solar destroyed. I assumed he would become very weak should Solar be destroyed once more without his worshippers. I would be without a home, and I would have to send most of my succubi back to the abyss, or the rare few that are infernal back to the hells. And I do not wish to start a war with the goddess of succubi currently, though I suspect I have gained enough power to be able to challenge her. I do not wish to take that chance. So yes, we are aligned. I just do not know the power level that your group is on. Though you did say that you defeated... I'm assuming you just told her the parts, or did you say y'all through the entire history of y'all starting from beginning to end?
It was the Crib Notes version. One of our we did defeat a dragon. It was not the significant dragon, but we did defeat a dragon. We have defeated devils. So those would be highlights.
Okay. Yeah, so she would...
so I mentioned that.
Yeah, she would understand that. And she says, though sometimes it is very hard to know if somebody is over-exaggerating or feeding their ego. I know orcs very well. They consider themselves the top of the food chain in most cases. They wish to rule the rest of the races. I've learned that sometimes that might cloud their mind, though I don't read that from you currently. You do seem to have a sense about you. Perhaps, she leans in close to him, you are not as simple as you think you are.
A little bit of a rumph. I look away.
And she stands and then she says, very well. I need to handle this portal situation. I will be speaking with Queen Jenna Talbin and Aurora. They will know how to better handle it. It is their task. I am more of an information giver. You wish to...
Speaking.
Oh, go ahead.
As we've been speaking, and I've come... my emotions have calmed since we've been speaking. I have a name that has come to me. They were using blood to raise someone that I remember the words that sounded like Kelimeth. Does that mean anything to you?
She opens her eyes wide. You haven't seen her like give any kind of pretty much a reaction to you until you say that, and she looks at you and says, "What, Keleneth? That's impossible."
That was the words they use. Using blood to raise Kelimeth. We disrupted their circle, hopefully delaying whatever ritual they were going to perform. But I got the sense that it was only going to be a minor delay.
This is not good news, but it's very good information either way for me. If they're trying to raise Keleneth, that is a world ender. I assume you do not know who Keleneth is.
I assume he's just another in a long line of big, bad, evil guys.
She is. She is considered the queen of the dragons. Her descendant, the Red King, was the one who we warred against. He is the one who started the Dragon Wars over 5,000 years ago. He's the one that gathered every dragon of evil alignment together and defeated most of the metallic dragons. He's the one that made all cities kneel. A very powerful dragon that compares nothing to what Keleneth is. Keleneth is from the ancient times of Solar, before its first destruction. In fact, she was destroyed by Lisa the Great, and only a few years afterwards was the world destroyed. There were heroes who fought against her, the famous ones such as the Bronze and Dragons warriors, those that now roam the world, but just were a small group back then. It says,
how did these dragon warriors and Letha the Great defeat such a dragon?
Only one way, by one weapon that was created to destroy the signature of who she was. A weapon slowly meant to destroy her. But you see, this dragon is not no mere dragon that you would see. Even the largest dragons in present times would be minuscule to the size of this creature. She was the size of a mountain. Lisa the Great had to climb the scales, while armies surrounded Keleneth, and the most powerful heroes were there to try to fight her, be it Justin or Donovan or even Deathwalker. But before all this, that weapon had to be created from a holy weapon of an Avengers, like the Paladins wield. But it's very hard to recreate it without having her signature now. And she says, we would have to find that weapon, but in the first place, we would have to stop her from being resurrected. Her body was lost to time. It has been impossible to find. I have even searched for it. Could it possibly be that they found her body somehow? And
I assume a body would be required to raise her.
if it's Keleneth that they're trying to raise, then Anam has a winning hand. He would have the same ingredients he had in the first destruction of Solar. His beasts, his allies. His contagion of the ley lines and the world tree. He would only need one final act. And that would be to summon the power of the sun. Very well. Let me think about this. I shall come up with a plan, and I shall send you and point you in the right direction. I will inform the royalty of the human lands. But they work slow, as Cedric had probably mentioned. No mere person that he is. He's a smart man. He does owe me favors. But I can read his mind. He is linked to me. And I saw the conversation you had with him. She sighs a little bit. Says, it pains me to sometimes be able to see the future. Grumthar, it was a pleasure to meet you. I think we will be good allies.
Yes, my queen.
And she smiles and says, I must do something, and I do not wish to be... I do want to invade your mind. But if you were to think for me of the place that you came from, of the location that you saw this ritual being created and performed, as she reaches out and puts her fingers on the sides of his head, if he allows her.
I'm thinking he's caught up in the moment, and he closes his eyes and holds his arms out in a receiving posture. I am here to serve. Ganache will protect me from any harm you might do.
Says,
my mind is yours, an open vessel.
She
probing.
Smiles and
I
says,
hide nothing.
I do not wish to hurt you, Grumthar. I do not wish to hurt anyone in this world, except those who deserve it. And she will put her fingers to your temples and close her eyes. And she just says, just think of the location. Concentrate. Focus. Every detail. Every movement you did. Maybe every attack or swing of your sword. But imagine the area, the smells, the sounds.
I comply. All right, I do that. But as I enter this trance, opening myself to her, I say, be warned, my queen. I did perish in this battle against that devil. But my mind, my thoughts, every movement, every action, every swing of my blade, every strategy is yours to take.
And as she closes her eyes, and you sense this presence piercing, but not in an aggressive way. Just whatever you open your mind to flows in, and you sense that same feeling like warm whiskey, smooth and gentle over your brain. And it gives you that sense of warmth, as if you're floating on clouds, and your body begins to tingle, and you feel at ease and relax. And you start to see all these images of where you were before, right up until you died. And then she lets go, and you feel that sense leave you.
I would like to interject.
Uh-huh.
I want to interject a little bit. On top, or maybe even a subtext in that, Grumthar has been a pretty deep character. I hope you would agree, pretty deep character with his thoughts of Selah and his grandfather and his family. All these very, very important things that really are the foundation of who Grumthar is. And so some of that some of her ability and sensitivities would pick up on that. Would be hard for her to ignore, right? Yes,
Yeah.
she would find what she wanted, and she's focusing on that. But she would probably just from a tangent absorb some of that, and perhaps would sense that a deeper core personality, core of Grumthar's being is this sense of relationship and family. That's something that he thought he might someday have with Selah, something he had with his grandfather that he's lost, this relationship that he had with his father in particular, which is estranged, and this whole concept of taking a wife out of without love, right? But to bolster the orc line. These are all subtexts that she might, pick up on. So now I would say, with that in mind, go ahead and continue.
Okay. Yeah, for sure. I think she would pick up on it. And I just wanted to make sure that there were certain stuff that if you wanted to let loose and pick up on it or not. But she would pick up on it. And that, when she lets go, she will look at Grumthar. And as she lets go of Grumthar, there is an interesting sense of, it's not that you like the feeling, but there is a feeling that also gave you that presence of peace, and it's almost intoxicating in a sense that you feel a little bit that you didn't want it to go away, as she stops touching your forehead there and temples, and she does look at you, and she's only going to say a word and says, there are certain things that we both understand. And she would just look at you seriously. Thank you, Grumthar. I appreciate the information. And for that, I will help you to the best of my abilities, because it seems that we are aligned.
As she pulls away, as you say, there's this almost a need for it to continue. And so Grumthar reaches out, right, and starts to just touch her shoulder or whatever she would let, just to feel from his own, no ability whatsoever, but just to have that embrace just linger a little bit longer before he relinquishes. I don't know how she reacts to that, if she would even let that happen.
She would probably allow it, because she doesn't have any sense of fear or any kind of protection sense, I mean. And so she just allows it for the small time that he does. And
as he puts his hand on her, probably the upper arm, and he just takes a deep breath in to breathe in her essence down through her lungs to her core, and just exhales to let it sink in.
And then she will nod, and then she would step back. And she says, and continues, and says, thank you, Grumthar. We will be strong allies. I will reach out to you again. And if you so allow me, I can contact you by mind.
And can I contact you similarly by thought?
If you wish. Yes. In the first initial contact that I do and connect to you by the mind, when I send you a message, if you wish, then yes, we can strengthen that link. And you will be able to contact me.
Very well, Queen Grimvia. I am staying here as your guest until you direct me and our group otherwise.
And she'll sit down on the sofa, and she'll, as you are leaving, she will turn to you and say, Grumthar, as I mentioned,
Yes.
where I'm sending you will be directly attacking the plans of the Withered One. You should probably discuss this with your group. I know that you said that you were sent to go after him, but there has not been not one person in every group that has not died going against his plans. You will be in the eye of a Nom once I send you to do these missions, if you so wish to do after your discussion.
We are the chosen of Ganache. We have accepted death as a potentiality. Embrace that in his service.
And she
I
nods.
do have one other question before
go
I go. On our path here, we have lost companions. Some of ours are eager to find them. That was probably part of the story, right?
Yeah.
And the female. So, if there were a way that I could put my companions at ease on those thoughts, it would be welcomed. They are at unrest until we have more information.
She says, I shall put my feelers out there. I will go and speak to those I have alliances with within the other realms. And I shall let you know within a few days.
Thank you, my queen. And he'll start to step away.
Oh, and could you send Cedric in, please?
As you wish. I stop at the door. And just to take one more. She's probably not even looking at me, right?
She's back and sipping on her drink that she had on the table.
I just take one look back to take another breath of her in, if you would, before I exit the door.
Cedric just kind of pacing back and forth. I says, "Oh, hi. Good convo."
And just in Grumthar's way, he just kind of, the queen wishes to speak further with you.
Ah, shit. Okay. Well, I guess this is what it's gonna come sometime. All right. Thanks, buddy. He just kind of taps you on the shoulder. Wish me luck. He just kind of
Good luck.
steps in there. Naxalia is walks over to you and starts leading you back the other way. All right.
Naxalia.
She stops.
Before we return to the others, and there's a hesitance here. I wish for companionship tonight.
And she looks. Oh.
Someone to I can speak with. I can share my thoughts. Someone that can be trusted. That I can confide in to release burdens of my heart and mind.
Ah. More of a spiritual connection. I have a few in mind. I will talk to them to make sure that they're not already fulfilling others' companionship desires. And she says, I will find the correct one for you. And then she will just kind of...
Your discretion is appreciated.
And she just leads you back. And, all right. I think, so everybody's going to go shopping. You're going here. I think it's a good stopping point for us right
So,
here.
Grumthar, he's going to shop. He's going to get pretty mundane stuff, right?
Uh-huh.
He's not getting anything magical. I'm willing to pay whatever player's handbook prices are. I don't know if it'd be slightly more or slightly less.
Okay. Yeah. What everybody, just to make it go by fast, if everybody would send me any kind of lists and stuff of what they want, so that next session we could just say that we can, what do you call it? Unless y'all going to do something specific, we can fast go. I don't know what you'd call that. I know what fast travel is, but we can fast go
hand
by
wave. Hand wave.
Yeah.
That's what I call it.
Exactly. Okay. Yeah, we can do that.
Yeah.
All right. Let me go
Okay.
ahead.
Yeah, I'll send you a list of stuff.
Cool. Yeah, just send me stuff, and then let me go ahead and stop recording. Goodbye, everybody. Thanks for those who have watched and those future watchers. And we'll see you again next Sunday. Goodbye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.